What's the thread? What's the thread I can pull
That's a
on
good
to
way, another way to
start
put
to
it, yeah.
start unraveling this whole thing, right? And oftentimes it's sleep for me
Yeah.
too, because when they're not sleeping well, they're waking up in the morning feeling like you just have that feeling like if you've ever had a night where you just couldn't sleep, you wake up the next day and your head just feels like thick and your eyes feel weird and groggy and you feel that fogginess and you're just not really with it the whole next day. These are the same symptoms that concussion patients are experiencing, right? And then when you ask them, like I had a patient yesterday, she was 13 years old, and I asked her about sleep. She's like, she doesn't think she's been sleeping at all since her concussion 13 days ago. So it's like she's literally been going through sleepless nights, tossing and turning. I'm sure she's been sleeping in some way, but it's definitely not been full nights of sleep. She's been going, so like that's what we need to focus on. Like we need to get that figured out before anything, because then
Exactly.
no matter what,
And
I'm not going to help
to
you.
tie it full circle back to neuroinflammation, which is what we started talking about, you've heard of the glymphatic system. This is actually a new development in the scientific literature. When we went to school, we didn't know about the glymphatic system, but basically it's the immune system's pathway, the lymphatic pathway, that now the brain has a very specific lymph system. We didn't know that. So there's channels. Why is the lymph important when it comes to inflammation? Well, it's the highway that immune cells get out of the brain. Think of it this way. Researchers were very excited about the glymphatic system because they know that the immune system, all that debris that we talked about, those immune cells that go in and just the macrophages which eat up all the broken cellular machinery, all the inflammatory cytokines that are having to be resolved, those immune cells leave the area of damage through the lymphatic system. So if you're not sleeping, which is the main time the glymphatic system is working, your inflammation is basically the plug is still in the bathtub. You can't resolve and remove that inflammation. So that's why sleep is so important to the inflammatory pathway, because the lymphatics are the last step in the resolution path. And so priority number one, and strategy to reduce inflammation, to reduce neuroinflammation, is to get you to sleep.